What's going on, fellas? I was going to take this opportunity to answer a couple of questions that's come up a few times over the course of the last few months. One popular question that I have is, why do you do knife reviews on knives you know you don't like? You know, like if it's going to be a negative review, don't you know that most successful knife reviewers avoid those knives like the plague? That way they don't say anything negative about it, a knife, and you don't have to worry about any backlash and people unsubscribing and stuff like that. And the reason is like there's plenty of people out there that do those types of knife reviews. And I remember usually whenever somebody, like when I say usually somebody, I mean me. So used to, I would buy a knife impulsively, and then before it ever come in the mail, I'd start looking it up. Looking up videos on it to see if I made a wise decision or if I made a bad decision. Almost never did I find someone who would say, that's not a good knife, man. You know, it's a junk knife. And it wasn't always because I made good decisions on buying knives. You know, to be honest, it was because that's what knife reviewers do. You know, and there's nothing wrong with that, man. What you know, you give your viewers, if you want to be a successful YouTube person, you got to give your viewers what they want, and then you got to give them what they need. And this will break way into the next question, actually, because it was discussed a little bit on Neve's Knives live last night. I caught a little bit of that before I went to bed. But before we get into that, if you give somebody the reassurance that they made a good conscious decision on a knife purchase, then they're gonna feel better about their purchase, and then they're going to come back to your channel. And that's just how it works, man. You know, I mean, and yeah, I definitely understand. I could tell you that everything that I touch is the best thing since chopped liver, and we can forget about it next week, and we can move on to whatever else is next. You know, the latest and greatest, and it's the next best thing since chopped liver. And that's, you know, that's the game you play to succeed faster. And I mentioned Neves, and I'm not talking about Neves. I've heard him say plenty of negative things about knives, and I respect that. He is one of the bigger channels that I absolutely have respect. Him and Gideon's Tactical for sure. Excuse me, bourbon. All right, so the second question that I want to answer today is that's gonna get loud. 1 second. The second question I want to answer today is, why don't you use more attractive thumbnails and titles? Like you know that your videos will attract more viewers if you use more attractive thumbnails and more attractive titles, and you know, like, get them to click on it. And I understand that too, man. Making a thumbnail is not hard. It's actually pretty easy. You know, I played around with it. Courtney's played around with it. We can come up with some pretty decent thumbnails. You know, like, at the end of the day, I feel like we're all adults. You know, and I really don't feel like I need to lure anybody into my videos with a bunch of Skittles and M&Ms. And that's exactly how I feel about it. You know, I don't think that grown men or women, if you're old enough to handle a knife, and you're old enough to search out a specific knife that you're looking at, then you're grown, in the sense of we shouldn't have to like candy coat everything for you. You know, like I shouldn't have to. You know, you should be adult enough to be able to search out what you want to watch. If you see a skittly thumbnail and you want to click on that, and you want to take what that guy's got to say at face value, you know, over somebody that just like gives you a picture of a knife and you know, and then gives you a video on that knife and talks about it, then power. I mean, like, the power to you. You know, I mean, I get it. I understand. I mean, there's an entertainment value that those guys can offer that I might not tap into. You know, I'm not always serious, right? You know, like, but at the same time, I don't really feel like there's any need for tricks and are not really tricks. They're not really tricks, and it's not really clickbait if you go into depth on what you're talking about. But how many times I've heard people say it's not clickbait if there's a little bit of it, if we touch on it, and then you click on the video to see what the hell's going on, and the first thing they do is, sorry for the clickbaity title. A little misleading, but this is what's going on. Like, man, come on now. I mean, like, seriously. Like, I just feel like there's so many people that I've unsubscribed to. You know, personally, you know, like, I don't want to waste my time. You know, like, I enjoy funny videos, and I enjoy several knife content videos, and I like anybody up and coming, man, I wish you the best. And you know, and anybody that's been out there forever, I wish you the best too. We always need more knife channels. So like, I don't feel like you're my competition. I feel like as the community grows, then we all grow in a way. You know, like even if I don't like your channel, you don't like my channel, you know, we're good for each other. So the thing is, man, is I don't guess I'm catering to the crowd, the individuals that need to be fed confidence in their decisions on a silver platter. You know, I'm gonna tell you what I think about the knife. I'll tell you, like, honestly, like I'll tell you what I think about the knife, whether I buy it, whether I love it, or, you know, like, I can't live without it, or it's the best damn decision I've ever made, or it's, you know, it's impulse buy, and you know, like I don't really have any regrets, but I really don't, you know, I wouldn't do it again type thing. I'm gonna tell you exactly what's going on with my thought process on the knife. That's my goal, and it's not to bait you in with animated thumbnails, and you know, and even more so sometimes animated titles. You know, like, we're here to talk about a knife, man. You know, I mean, it's and for those of you that enjoy that, thank you for sticking around. We appreciate you. For those of you that are concerned that, you know, we're not heading in that direction fast enough, probably not going to. I'm aware that we could boost our subs, we could boost our views, we could boost our watch hours by being more positive, offering higher quality thumbnails, if that's what you call it, and something a little catchier on the title. I'm aware of that. I've been aware of that since I put up my 50th video, and I had my real first serious talk with Jared Needs. And none of this is supposed to be negative against Jared Needs. Jared Needs was great. You know, me and Jared are cool. What I mean is, like, you know, he knows how to get the truth out there to you, also make it entertaining and be successful at the same time. I could copy what Jared's doing and probably end up with something wholesome. Just doing it my way, man. You know, so you know, if you enjoy it, cool. Thanks. You know, like, if there's ever anything that you don't like, I'm always ears, but I'm probably not going to change things unless I feel like it's true to my character. So anyway, it's getting hot in this truck with the truck turned off and the window rolled up. I will catch you guys on the flip side. Y'all have a good day.